Hi folks, this is another tutorial just to go through arrangements, specifically from when the bass line kicks in to before the break. That's kind of a key area, especially for mixing purposes, and also to give it that energy drive that track needs. And it's not just a case of just putting noises in, it's a case of where the noises go to give it the best impact it can have and the catchiness that it can have to the tune. So yeah, I'm just going to go through sort of a couple of different ways of where you can place noises. The placement of noises is essential to creating that groove, that drive, and that catchiness. And also they need to be in key, of course. So the key, this is in E. This is similar to the riff one that I was doing before, just realized, but we can use this one. So yeah, just a little start that I've made on there through the other tutorial. Yeah, just a simple kick and bass at the moment with some hats. But then it's just a case of where stabs go, other noises, things like that, just to give it that character, to give it a bit of a feel, to give it a bit of a drive, to give it a bit of a catch to it. So yeah, we'll go through some ways that we can do. Obviously, it depends on what samples you've got. Vengeance packs are pretty good. The Dave Parkinson ones, everyone seems to be using these lately, but they're very good. So yeah, you can just sort of flick through some samples and it can be pretty much anything you want, really, but it's all a case of where the noises go and if they're in key or in harmony with the tune. So for example, what I would do now is just sort of play this section 16 bars after the bass line. You need something in there that's going to get it simmering along a little bit more than what was going on just when the bass line kicks. So I'll probably put a little running stab. Yeah, maybe an offbeat. So something like an offbeat stab or one or two. So 1, 2 there. Yeah, something like that. I'm quite happy with that. That's quite nice. We can use that into some kind of high pass filtered sound. So these samples are all in key. They're in the key of the tune, which is in E. So it's essential that you know what samples keys are in. They're a lot easier now because a lot of them are key coded there, so it tells you. But just be wary when you're using samples, they're not always on the key that it's supposed to be. So you do have to use your ears or use a key tool, Melodyne or something. That I'm sure that does it. So yeah, maybe put a little high pass filtery kind of thing going on. Might not be the right noise for this, but just get something going and then you can always change the noise. High pass filter, sure that's in. Little touch of delay, just a little bit, just to give it a bit more of a release on it. Maybe ping pong that out with a touch of pan, just a little bit. See how this sounds. So we'll just loop it. doesn't sound great on its own. However, but when you start high pass filtering it, it'll sound a lot better. It'll give it that nice sort of sound. Here we go. So. Then when using a high pass filter on those noises, you just want to just make sure you miss certain points of the frequency so you're not getting that kind of unnecessary rumble. It tends to be about 200 hertz, I think. Yeah, we can just draw that in. Nice to use some hardware for it as well, just to give it a bit more of a humanized automation. So in this case, I'll just do it like that. So maybe pan it as well, left and right, right to left, just a little bit, just to give it that kind of space that it's giving. So there we go. You can put it in again. Maybe change the pattern a little bit of the next one that comes in. If you're using FL, just make sure you right click, make unique. So now we're using that as a separate one. Maybe use that one, drag that one. So we've got a little bit of an arrangement going now. So we can have something a little bit more on the beat as well. So it goes something like that. Yeah, so like that might work. So now we just need to listen to it a little bit. Go da da ba ba, so something like that. Yeah. Shorten them a little bit so it's not dragging on. There we go. Maybe just have them every so often, not every beat, just have them one and third. So then it's kind of got something else coming in between those, so you can put something else there. So put a little acid stab in there. Something. Maybe we want that one for a little sweep into a noise so it can help sweep in nicely. Yeah, that one might be quite a good one. So can maybe put that on the third beat. See what that one sounds. maybe have it constant and put that sweeping one maybe behind it. Yeah, so can probably put that in later, just maybe have that going at that point there. So let's have a listen now. So bass line comes in 33, can come in later, but maybe not. Absolutely. Maybe have that coming in a bit later. Maybe have the other one. Maybe not the high one. Take the high one out. So see how this goes. So that sounds pretty good. We can probably just maybe not have those there. Maybe just sort of keep them. Yeah, maybe have that as a offbeat. Now it just needs something a little bit higher in there for the next 16, so you're giving it a bit more of a change now. We're going to look at some stabs again. Let's see what we've got. In fact, let's go to the silent. We'll go to the preset pack that it comes with, see what we've got here. Some pretty crap sounds on this track. One that I really don't like. Let's find something. Maybe change it. Yeah. distortions. I'm going to change those to a saw. No, not particularly sold on that noise. Yeah, something like that. Just take the delay and reverb off. Maybe get something running a little bit. So at that point there, so you've got your 32 bars after the bass line there now. This is where you kind of want something to give it a bit more of a feel, because it's taking it in the direction of where the song's actually going to be going, or leading up to the break at least. So at this point, you kind of need something with a bit of definition, a bit of feel to it. It can be something just on a higher octave, essentially. That is the main thing. So right there. Bit of that click. A little bit. Yeah, so something like that. Probably reverb it a little bit more. Just feels a little bit sort of sat there. So we could even put another stab in there. Something. Yeah, maybe try that one. We'll change it up a little bit. Keep it looping a little bit. You don't want that to get in the way of that other one, so maybe put that there. So I'll just probably turn that down a little bit. Yeah, so it could have the bong noise there. Yeah, it's got that one. So now it's got that kind of, it's on the kick, so you get that kind of groove. And you can have those leading up to the break as well, possibly. Yeah, so that's kind of a one way of arranging. So you just kind of put noises in on certain beats. So we just zoom in and just sort of play the loops, well, the new stuff that we've actually put in with a click metronome on it, so we know what we've actually put in. So that one is the high lead. That's like an acid stab. Some stab, stab 3, stab 2, stab 1. See where we're going. So yeah, if we just zoom in, this is the 4-bar of it. So if we just play that and solo those. That was all the time. If you ever have samples that are slightly out of time, you can actually move the sample a little bit. Sample start on FL, so you can move it. So yeah, I mean, sometimes you might want it ever slightly out, but when it's noticeably out, it's like mixing it. You know, kick drums, they don't sound right when they're slightly off, so it is like mixing. So yeah, just make sure it's tight. I mean, the feel of the tune is just these. They're just giving the feel, so, you know, quite happy. funky with a sort of drive. But you know, it doesn't have to key change in that way. You can maybe just keep it in one. I just feel like if you need to have a raise in there somewhere, it just gives it that better feel. It gives it more of a sort of fun tone to it. But you can even go a lower octave if you want. So yeah, so you've got, if we just zoom in a bit more, so we can see it. So yeah, you've got the kick drum, that's 1 bar. So you've got 1 stab hitting there. I've actually laid that one, but yeah, it's nice to have something on that third beat of the bar, because it's on the beat and it just gives it that kind of power where it's like, and it's quite a lot of hard house tunes do that anyway, but just feel like it just gives it more of a drive. You want things hitting on the kick occasionally, not over the top and doing it all the time, but you just want the odd noise just on that kick. And you know, the third kick's quite a good option. And then you've got there, and then you've got something slightly off it at that point. So yeah, that should pretty much get to the break there. Maybe some snare rolls in there just to build up that kind of stuff. So if we now play it from here, which is where the bass line kicks, we can then get an idea of where it's going now. yeah, so I hope that that one helps in some way. It's just a case of just putting noises on the beat, really, in places. Don't go over the top and start piling in all these noises everywhere, because before you know it, it gets a bit cluttered, and it just gets a bit messy. I mean, I've done that plenty of times over the years, but it's just a case of keeping it simple but effective. I think that's probably the best advice in terms of arrangement that I can give, is just place the odd one here and there, make sure that it's in key, and then just change it a little bit, make sure that it's not exactly the same. And yeah, just get creative with it as well. Just if you're not happy with the placement, move it. Just move it maybe on the other beat instead and see how that one sounds. So they're all sort of playing off each other. It's question answer kind of feel to it. And that ultimately helps give that drive and that groove and that catchiness to the track itself. So yeah, hope that helps. Thank you. Ah.